Harry spent 31 months stuck under $10,000 saved. In that time, his investments grew less than a single month of his deposits. 29 months after that, his net worth crossed $103,419. From that point on, his money started growing faster than his paycheck. By the end of this video, you'll see the exact month when his growth from the market finally beat his deposits, and how you can copy the same turning point for your own first 100,000. Most people never feel that flip. They grind. They save a little. The market goes up, then down, and it all feels slow and fragile. One big repair, one job loss, one bad month, and the balance drops right back where it started. Federal Reserve data shows the median net worth for people under 35 cites around $39,000. That means half of that age group has less than that. No wonder it feels like you are always catching up. At that level, almost all of your progress comes from you, not from growth. Harry knew that feeling too well. He worked as a customer support analyst in a noisy open office. He answered emails, reset passwords, and calmed angry customers for 43 hours a week. After taxes, health insurance, and a tiny retirement deduction, his paycheck landed at $2,973 a month. When we first meet him, Harry is 27. He has $819 in his checking account. He also has a credit card balance of $1,437 and a used car loan with $322 due every month. If you add everything up, his net worth is barely above zero. Around that time, a friend hands him a worn copy of The Millionaire Next Door by Thomas Stanley. Harry reads about regular people, not celebrities, who quietly built seven-figure net worths on average incomes. One pattern keeps appearing. They hit their first real savings milestone early, then protected it. That number stuck in Harry's head. 6 figures, $100,000. A few weeks later, he finds The Psychology of Money by Morgan Housel. There is a simple idea buried in that book. Wealth is built less by brilliant decisions and more by staying in the game long enough for compounding to show up. Harry looks at his own numbers and realizes something uncomfortable. At his current savings rate, he will not see serious compounding until his 30s are almost over. So he makes a strange decision. He stops thinking about retirement. He stops thinking about becoming a millionaire. His new mission is smaller and far more intense. Hit one number: $100,000 of net worth. Nothing else matters until that happens. To make it real, he draws a simple grid on a cheap poster board. 1,000 boxes. Each box equals $100 of net worth. He tapes it to the back of his closet door so no one else sees it. Every time his net worth rises by $100, he colors in one more square with a blue marker. Month 1. His starting square count is 0. He is still in the red once he subtracts debt. So the first stage is not about investing at all. Stage 1 is negative to $10,000. He slices his spending in ways that do not look impressive on paper but change his reality. He moves from a solo studio to a shared apartment, cutting rent by $317 a month. He cancels 2 forgotten subscriptions, saving $26. He stops ordering delivery during late shifts and brings a simple packed dinner, saving another $112 most months. That does not feel heroic, but it frees up around $450 every month. He uses half of it to attack the credit card. He sends $227 every single month, sometimes adding little snowflake amounts when he sells something online. The other half goes into a plain savings account. At the end of 6 months, the card is gone. His net worth hits $2,143. Only 21 little blue squares filled in. 6 months of effort, a whole grid still almost empty. This is where most people quit. Harry almost does. Until something small happens. One Sunday afternoon, he totals his spending for the past 3 months. Without the card payment, his money finally feels like it moves forward, not sideways. He sees that the hardest part was not the big number, it was breaking out of zero. Families younger than 35 saw their median net worth more than double between 2 recent Federal Reserve surveys. But even after that jump, they still remained the least wealthy group. Harry realizes he is joining a small group of people who are climbing, even while most are still treading water. By month 12, he has crossed $8,791. Now his savings rate sits near $740 a month. He could keep stacking cash. But The Simple Path to Wealth by J.L. Collins sits in the back of his mind. That book keeps repeating one message. Owning pieces of productive businesses for decades beats almost every other strategy. So Harry opens a basic brokerage account connected to his checking. He chooses one simple index fund that owns tiny pieces of 500 large companies. No stock picking, no trading, just the entire market in one fund. He sets an automatic transfer of $393 on the 17th of every month, 2 days after his paycheck settles and his rent clears. The rest of his surplus still goes into cash as a small buffer. At this stage, the market barely matters. In the first year of investing, his account sometimes gains $50 in a month, sometimes loses $37. Meanwhile, his own deposit of $393 dwarfs that movement. If you are in that stage right now, you know exactly how that feels. You make sacrifices, you skip things, you move money. Then you look at the account and think, all that for this? Here is the uncomfortable truth. For most people, the first $50,000 comes almost entirely from you, from your job, from your decisions, from your discipline when no one is watching. That is the phase where you are pushing the car uphill alone. By age 30, Harry's net worth finally crosses $32,411, roughly half in cash, half in that single index fund. If you compare that to the median net worth for people in their early 30s, he is slightly ahead, but it still does not feel life-changing. One unexpected medical bill or job loss could erase a big chunk. But something invisible is happening. Every month, he adds that same $393. At the same time, the businesses inside his fund are sending dividends and growing earnings. In good years, his account grows by thousands without him doing anything extra. In flat years, it just sits there, waiting. Around this time, he adds a second lever. He negotiates a small raise and takes on a side project fixing simple tech issues for a local gym chain. His total take-home climbs to $3,427. Instead of inflating his lifestyle, he bumps his monthly investment to $518 and pushes his savings buffer a bit higher. Now we are approaching the point where everything flips. This is the part almost no one shows you in detail. The exact month when compounding starts beating your own effort. It takes him 7 more years to get there. 7 years of boring deposits, 7 years of coloring in boxes, 7 years of watching the balance move forward, then dip, then recover. By year 6 of this journey, his net worth finally crosses $71,962. He has weathered one market dip where his account dropped by almost $8,000 in a few months. That hurt, but he did not touch the investments. He just kept filling in blue boxes. Then comes the magic year. The year when the phrase, "the first 100,000 is the hardest," stops being a quote and becomes math on his screen. Harry starts that year with $84,529. He keeps his monthly deposit steady at around